So thank you again, everybody, for taking the time. Like I said, really excited to bring you through 5 proven ways to really help your business increase your brand awareness. I've been doing this for 5 years now, and this is something that I've actually come to learn, is one of the most important parts of who you are as a business within a local community. But first, you're probably wondering, who the heck is Matt Urban? Just a little background on me. Like Joan said, I am an expert digital marketer. We'll call that self-imposed, but I have been doing this, like I said, for 5.5 years now. Born and raised here in Malden, and I currently work for a giant media company that is all over the world. It's called USA Today Network. Where my focus is helping small businesses just like yours grow awareness, acquire customers, and use online strategies to do so. I run my own coaching business that is called Matt Urban Marketing, where we focus on marketing strategies, figure out gaps in sales cycles, etc. So if you have any questions throughout this, I am more than available to anyone on this call that wants to learn more or has questions about some of the things we went over. We may have some time at the end as well. But where's my true passion is small business. And believe it or not, I actually ran my own small business. Donna actually has, I believe, been one of my customers here. I, back in 7th grade, inherited from a neighbor a paper hawker route that I sold Boston Globes, Heralds, and New York Times right on the corner, right here actually, of Highland Ave and Fellsway East. Every Sunday, 7 a.m. to noon, rain, snow, sleet, wind, and once in a while, that sunshine, which was always a treat. But those winters sucked, I'll tell you that right now. Although it was tough being up, so early when all of my friends got to sleep in or they were doing other things, going down the park to play, I got a lot of hands-on experience, running my own small business. And I've really learned the fundamentals and really the responsibility that is, generating revenue, right? Making sales, building customer relationships, work using inventory. We didn't always sell out all the papers, so we had to make sure the counts were right. And then really the biggest bottom line, and something that has stuck with me until through today, has been always learning. Like, I am just a sponge when it comes to this stuff, and digital marketing itself is constantly changing every single day. So you have to want to learn about it, and you have to want to learn to get better. And one of the things that I always did when I was sitting there at the stand, in between customers, was I would read the papers, each one of them from beginning to end, learning more about business, about what's going on in politics and the economy. And then also marketing and advertising, right? Like, this was back in 7th grade. I'm not going to date myself, but yeah, this was a different time for media consumption. A lot has changed. And that's why we're here today. And that is my role to each and every one of you, is how much has that changed over the years? A ton. And where are we today looking forward? How can we better ourselves, better our businesses, so that we are ready for what's to come? And, we've been through a whirlwind of things in the last couple of months that we can all agree on. So I want you to take a look at, this is just a picture off of Google of a family that, today is constantly in front of their TVs. They're constantly on their laptops, their tablets, their phones. There's not a ton of time anymore to just sit down and read the paper. My dad still does that. I think that's part of the reason he loved the paper stand, was he got the newspaper for free. But we are so busy nowadays, and we're constantly on our phones. And it's a major challenge for business to get in front of us, because to get in front of their consumers, because they're always on the internet. So what does that mean for us? That means that as internet usage continues going up to the right, as people continue to be on it more, the important thing is that our business, our brands, are in front of them as much as we can get them, right? And over quarantine, I believe the internet even almost broke, YouTube was actually had to scale back their video quality on their videos because it was being used so much, right? So like we know where our end user, our customer, our volunteers, whoever is looking at our business, we know where their eyes are a majority of the day. And to be honest, this was something that shocked me. I Googled this literally the other day, and we see over 5,000 ads on a given day. I'll just let that sit in. Like, I don't even know when or where I could possibly even see 1,000, but it's a very crowded space, right? People are fighting for mind share. And, you know, when we think about it, it's like, how do we get our brands to stand out? Like, we're looking here at Times Square, you know, these people have paid millions of dollars, right? To be right there and to be in front of you for the 3 seconds that they think, but they know how important it is to be inside of your brand. Now, tell me this, you know, when you need a tissue, do you ask for a tissue or do you ask for a Kleenex? Or when you're ordering a drink at a fast food restaurant, do you ask for a cola or a Coke? Or what about when you cut yourself? You know, do you look for a plastic bandage or are you looking for a Band-Aid? Right? So, you know, the brand is a result. Now, I'm going to reiterate this a couple of times. Like, I know none of our brands today on this call are anything like those that, you know, have basically replaced the name of something with their brand name. But think about brand in a way of like, it's a customer's gut feeling about a product. It's a gut feeling about their service, a gut feeling about their company. And it's really up in their heads and in their hearts. I really think business reputation is brand, right? It's what people feel about you. And what happens when you're in people's heads? What happens when your reputation has been created, right? Like, you have to now manage that and stay on top of it by being consistently in front of these consumers. And what we're going to go through today is, you know, really elementary, top level. I'm not getting into technical data. I'll have a couple stats to support my claims, but, you know, really what we want to do is, you know, brands today have become, you know, these ones that we talked about earlier, they've become so well known and they've replaced these generic terms. But although you might not achieve this with your small business, it doesn't mean that you can't do a lot more to boost your awareness of your brand. So in this particular webinar, you know, we will cover, you know, what brand awareness is, how it compares to recognition, the importance of awareness in achieving your marketing goals, and then strategies and real examples of successful brand building. So let's just get out of the way what the difference of awareness versus recognition is, because I know those two things can often sound the same. But brand recognition is the extent to which a consumer can correctly identify your brand based on visual indicators, right? You know, here in Massachusetts, every block there's a Dunkin' Donuts. So if it was a foggy night, maybe your glasses were a little blurry, and you saw that orange, you know, kind of balloony font with the purple, you might be just kind of saying, that's a Dunkin' Donuts, it's gotta be. And that's what recognition is. But when we think about awareness, we think about more of the feeling. And I'm gonna play this quick little video. This was something that Google, who has more money than most of any other company out there, I think besides Amazon, right? They decided on the Super Bowl, where the most eyeballs were on, to go for that feeling that, you know, I think is just so important when you think about brands. So I'm gonna play this.
Hey Google, show me photos of me and Loretta. Remember? Loretta hated my mustache. Remember? Loretta loved going to Alaska. and scallops. Show me photos from our anniversary. Remember, she always snorted when she laughed. Play our favorite movie. Remember, I'm the luckiest man in the world. Come on, boy.
So I don't know about you, but that has certainly gives me a lot of feeling, with my personal life and, seeing my parents and my grandparents get old and how important it is that we remember those moments with them. So, that is a really, really good example of, a brand effort that can kind of floor you. And I know once again, as small businesses here, we don't have the budgets of the Googles and the Amazons, but no matter the quality of your products and services, and no matter how much you spend on advertising, no matter how much you post to social media, your business is likely to get far if it can really develop that brand, which is packaging your logo, your name, your offerings, and your content into an experience for your audience and customers, kind of like what we just saw there. It's more of an experience than them actually selling you something. And having a brand is really just not enough, right? We have to be consistently building that brand and strengthening the associations in the minds of your target audience. The more familiar, I stressed this across the table with all of my clients today, is the more familiar people are with your business and with something, the more they trust it and gravitate it. It's less selling them something. It's more just them. You can make a recommendation to them, right? So the more familiar they are, it allows you to really promote your business. It allows you to successfully introduce new products or services and then build a strong business reputation as well. So you're probably wondering, Matt, these all sound great. You've shown us, Google and their, $1 million ads, but, how can we do this? So that's why we're here today. As you can see, brand awareness is important, right? It helps pave the way for achieving a variety of small business marketing goals and objectives, staying ahead of the competition, generating more customers and more leads. So how do we do that? The first one I actually really like, and I think that this is common. Over the 5 that we're about to go through, a little disclaimer is you as a business may have already done this, but the reason isn't to maybe it is introducing new ideas for those that aren't familiar, but for those that have, I also want you to kind of remember if you have run a social media contest, what the results were. What I notice with a lot of my clients who are looking for that brand awareness and they don't have a huge marketing budget, we have to get really creative. People, and you think about our customers today, they love video. They love submitting videos of themselves, of their pets, or, of their kids, of whatever. And you can use that to their advantage. Social media is a very social place. That's where we see pictures of babies and dogs everywhere we look. There are opportunities like this one, AAA. They're actually doing a pet travel photo contest. Take a picture of your dog and traveling somewhere, and you get a free membership or a percentage off. These are opportunities. Social media contests are ways for you, to get more people familiar with the brand. In this particular example, AAA, they know that the people that use their insurance love their pets if they have them, and they also know what do people with pets need. They need insurance. They need pet insurance. They probably have a car if they're traveling, right? So you can kind of connect the dots here and use, a credit, 20% credit or something off on one of your services or offerings. It's a great way for you to kind of give that incentive, have them talk a little bit more about what you do and what's going on. And then, that way we kind of spread the word, and the brand is now improving its awareness. Oops. The second one I wanted to bring you through was referral programs. And this is a very strong, it does require a lot of heavy lifting at the beginning, but if you have a service or product that you really want people to try, and there are customers that are happy with it now, we all love a discount. And if we can pick that certain incentive, like giving a coupon code for something, or like I said in the earlier one, a credit off, that word of mouth marketing is extremely important. Like telling existing customers, hey, tell your friends about this and you can get 20% off. I think the best example of this today, I just booked some trip on Airbnb, is they actually say, hey, get $20 in your pocket for the next rental if you can tell a customer, a new customer, to sign up. And I think, these are really extremely powerful, because word of mouth is the primary factor behind 20 to 50% of all purchasing decisions. This is a great way to boost your word of mouth. No doubt about it. People love talking about discounts or deals that they got, but also they love talking about memorable videos that they saw, or a dog in a carriage, for example. Like, these things kind of all work together. And once again, the goal here today is to building brand awareness through these really kind of easy ways. Like, once again, we're not building Super Bowl commercials. We're trying to find little ways to get our name in front of more people that haven't really heard of us, and we're trying to make a good impression on them. Which brings us to number 3. Personally, I have been working a lot on my personal brand and getting in front of more people that don't know who I am and don't know that I'm an expert digital marketing consultant. This will be my favorite one, because, for me, I love performing. I'm a huge karaoke guy, in case you didn't know that. But to be honest, I'm experimenting with all this now. I started building my own brand, the Mad Urban Marketing brand, back at the beginning of lockdown, because I had some extra time and always had this dream of, helping people one-on-one and coaching people and educating. And, it's taken quite a turn. I've been posting a video. Donna is, one of my biggest fans, which I really love. And that's how I was introduced to this opportunity to where I'm at today. So I'm just going to play this for you. This is just number 3, unique personality. I think, a lot of times we get caught up in this corporate, hey, this is what we have to do, and these are the rules, and these are the guidelines. Like, people buy from people, right? Like, I don't want to buy from a company. What I noticed was that working for a big company called USA Today Network, it scared a lot of small businesses away. I'm not going to lie. They wanted to go with the local boutique agencies that knew more about local. And that's totally who I am. Like, I know more about local than anyone else. But I'm just going to play this for you. Hey, good morning and happy Friday, everybody. Let's rock and roll. Let's just jump right into this. So 3 things. Rock and roll, not dead. Mullets, not dead. Search engine optimization, not dead. What I'm noticing a lot of lately are these businesses who are building brand new fancy websites. They have their chatbots, great. They have their widgets, great. They have pop-ups, wonderful. But they're missing the most important part. It's like a Corvette with a V4 engine. What us rockstar marketers like to see is the business in the front, who you are, what you do, why you're different. And then the party in the back, that's where all the hard work goes.
You're tagging, you're linking to search engines, you're doing all the things that you should be doing so that you connect to the rest of the world. And it's gonna be a party for your SEO if you can get this right. Give me a call, let me help you be a rock star today.
So yeah, we're still working on things over here, but the important thing is, and the big message is that you are creating unique content. 61% of people are more likely to buy from companies that deliver this type of content. People just really like to laugh at me. I know that. And I like to make people laugh. So, you know, if this is part of who you are or something you want to start looking into, like totally hit me up. I'm happy to work through ideas with you on how you can do that in a unique way. One of the big things is we're getting into the last two. I know we're coming up on time here. We're getting into the last two things, and for these next two, you know, what we've talked about to this point is really ways that we can now drive these new eyeballs to our brand and make them feel a certain way, right? Whether it's a crazy marketing video or maybe it's a pet photo challenge or whatever it is. Now it's important that we keep those people with us, that we make sure that they're still thinking about us after they've gone to our website. And unfortunately, the data shows 3% of website traffic actually converts people from traffic to customers. So the question is, how do we keep them? And this is something that's called remarketing. And this is a great way to boost your awareness. What we're basically doing, and the best example I can give is my girlfriend. I know every time that she's going on and looking at shoes or she's shopping for workout equipment, you know, because I'm constantly being retargeted those things. And it's basically, you know, once you jump off, someone goes on your website for the photo challenge of their pets, then they go on and they go on with their day, right? Remember way back in the beginning of this presentation, how many things we see? We see 5,000 ads a day. How do we stay top of mind? Remarketing, one of the easiest way to do this, you're basically putting a code on your website that basically will follow these people as they browse the internet for the next 30 days. Couple examples, like I said, girlfriend looking for, you know, Peloton, Bowflex wants to be part of that. You know, maybe she's looking at that, or wait a second, maybe she's looking to move out too. I'm not sure why I'm seeing this, but anyways, so remarketing campaigns really increase your conversion rates. They bring people back to your site. Once again, enticing offer. Hey, come back. We noticed you left. Now, these are great ways to get people back. Lastly, really basic paid advertising, no doubt about it. Probably the best way, and you're going to capture the most people that are actively looking for your business. I'm not sitting here saying, hey, spend thousands of dollars on each of these channels. Really find out what works best for you and hone in on that. And that's something that, you know, I've noticed in my experience. Instagram has been a phenomenal platform for me because local businesses I know are on there, but they're not too sure. It's so new to them that they need to, that I can be their educator, I can be their teacher on that with those crazy, you know, mullet videos. But for this one in particular, you know, building your brand, you should protect your brand. And here's a couple examples of someone, this is a company that isn't protecting their brand. This is actually one of my old companies. They do digital marketing as well, but you can see, you type in their brand name, WordStream, SEM Rush, a competitor, shows up. This is just something that you should be aware of. It's completely legal, but it doesn't cost much to protect your brand name when people are searching for it. This is a good example of protecting your brand by bidding on your brand, making sure that you are the top person when someone is looking for Zillow. 76% of people who search for something nearby will actually purchase and visit that business within a day. So let's start getting these people to your business. My big three takeaways have been: brand is way more than a logo. It's a reputation. It's a feeling. And the more people that are aware of you, the more people that are familiar and they trust you, it will actually drive more sales. It's less of a sale. It's more of a relationship. And you can do this by using, like we said, referrals, unique content, content, contest, remarketing, and also paid branded ads. So my advice to you, you guys are all rock stars. I really appreciate all the time you've given me today. I know that we're a little over, and I thank you for hanging on. If you want to set up a free brand building coaching session or anything that you have questions on, my email is here. Joan will send the recording out. You can reach me that way. Like I said, I'm more than happy to sit with you for 25, 30 minutes, and we can hash out some ideas. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.